Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here or if you're not, my name is Natalie and today we're doing another try before you buy video where I will be testing the new Peanuts X Ulta Beauty collection collab. And as you can see, I am already rocking the hat in that collab. I really wanted to buy the stuffy, okay?
No!
But I controlled myself, okay? I personally have a shopping addiction. I have a problem. And I saw Snoopy, I saw Peanuts, I saw makeup, and my brain exploded. There are not a lot of products in this video, admittedly, in comparison to the other try before you buy videos that I have done. It is still quite the ride because the packaging, the products, some of them blew my mind, and some of them were not surprisingly horrible. To preface, I do want to mention too before I start about the shipping and the receiving of the packages. So I ordered these from Ulta Beauty in the app and I actually had to get it reshipped to me about 3 times. So the first time I ordered these, I only got 3 of the 8 things that I had ordered. Only 3. And they had told me that it had been delivered. And then I filed a complaint. I messaged their little virtual agent and she told me that they would resend and reship it to me. And they're quite friendly through text, which is nice because I do feel like sometimes when you talk to the customer service of some apps or some businesses, they're quite rude, but she was friendly and she was like, okay, I will send you a reshipment of the items you are missing. Please just tell me the SK codes of the items you're missing. I sent her all of the 5 items that I was missing and she reshipped it to me and I received it within a week or 2. In the original delivery that I had received, I had gotten 3 items. Let's call them A, B, and C, all right? And in the reshipment that I got A, D, and E. So I got A again of the same thing in both packages. So I messaged the chat again and she was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. We will resend you the item that you are still missing. Like, okay, great, perfect. I get the reshipment and I get the thing that I was missing. But I realized in the second package and the first package and the third package, I'm also missing the candle that was in the collection. But I just asked for a refund on that one because honestly, I don't need another candle. I have so many candles, guys. Like, I have a problem with candles, so I was like, you know what? Never mind. Just give me a refund on that. Because honestly, that part's not the necessary part because I don't need to like review that for you guys. That was honestly just a me purchase. But it smells like cookies, bro. I really wanted it. So, just a fair warning, because I do want to preface this because this is a try before you buy video. I want to tell you the truth about the shipping if there is an issue with shipping as well. But there was an issue with shipping and I had to get it reshipped 3 times in order to get all the products that I needed. Obviously, they were nice and they worked with me, but if there wasn't an issue in the first place in terms of packaging, shipping, and the delivery, maybe someone stole my package, but it looked like it just didn't send everything out when they sent it out. So, or they mixed things up, so then I got 2 of the same thing again. So I don't know. Anyway, let's finally get into the try before you buy, because I try it before you buy it to see if it's worth it. Let's go. Okay, let's get straight into the makeup. So I'm going to start by saying packaging for the Peanuts and Ulta Beauty collection collab is so cute, guys. If you guys don't know this about me, I love Snoopy. I love Peanuts. I grew up watching a lot of the episodes in the show when I was little. I feel like a lot of like Asian immigrant parents and their children grew up watching Peanuts. I feel like it's a pretty common experience because I know at least for me and for my boyfriend, both of our moms really loved Peanuts. And I really love Peanuts. I actually own so many like Peanuts things. Like I even have a Funko Pop of Linus from the Great Pumpkin. He's so cute. I could not resist getting this collection and the packaging is just so cute. I'm definitely gonna keep this box. We're gonna open up this A Little Something Sweet 4-piece beauty vault that has this cute little comic on the inside, and essentially this whole collection follows the lives of Snoopy and his sibling. So in here it shows 2 of his siblings saying, he's going to hate us. No, he'll be glad to see us. We're here again. Remember us? We've watched clear around the world. We never did find our brother Spike. Maybe we should have stayed on the farm. Well, you both look like you need a good rest. Why don't you sleep in my house tonight? You ask him. No, you ask him. Who gets the top bunk and who gets the bottom bunk? They're just so cute. So in this vault, there are 2 creaseless hair clips that have little chocolate chip cookies on them. 1 Cookie Cravings lip gloss, which is a sheer chocolate caramel tint. Also, it smells like a chocolate chip cookie, which is kind of incredible. And there's also a One Life Update Hungry Again eyeshadow palette with 3 mattes and 3 shimmer shades with cute little engraving thingies in it. It's really cute. So obviously I am not going to dip into the eyeshadow or the lip gloss yet, but I will be using these cute little hair clips for my hair. It's actually quite a bit of hair. Hopefully they'll hold enough so that then my hair doesn't fall into my face while I'm doing my makeup. Also, please ignore the fact my hair is like super greasy. We're going to solve that problem real quick with the Allergic to Mornings baseball cap that comes in the collection. So I will put this on at the end, but ignore that. Okay, so first things first, I ended up getting the lip balms that come in the collection. So they come in this big set of a whole bunch of lip balms, and they all have different colors, different hues, different names, and also they have little keychains that you can pick and choose and attach to them. I ended up attaching them differently than they show up in the box just because I felt like the way that they were in the box did not really fit the way that I wanted them to be, so you can switch them up. It's extremely customizable. I personally really love the Snuggles one. This cute little brother. He's definitely my favorite. He's a little chunky, cute, and always hungry, but he's definitely my favorite. This one's called Me, Myself, and I, and I attached the little cacti to him. Main character, I added Snoopy because he is the main character of the Peanuts show in my heart. Then there's also this one, the Glossy Lip Balm in Smarty Pants. This one I added the little heart. I thought it was really cute. Wanderer, I added Woodstock in his little hot air balloon. So cute. In Sweetheart, I added the girl Snoopy. Also right now, I am currently hoarding them all in the Snoopy bag, like the vanity bag that I got. This actually came with 2 bags. I decided to get this because honestly the amount of makeup that I have right now has been accumulating and getting more and more, and I definitely need more storage and to categorize them a little bit more, and also need to go through and organize all of my makeup because there's quite a few that have 1 expired, 2 dried out, 3 I don't have any more of. I just for some reason kept the container, and 4 is stuff that I'm still using and I want to keep. But plus these are really easy to travel with. There's not only this one, there's also a fuzzy version of it. The fuzzy version of it is really cute, but there's definitely less storage in that one. And that one's definitely more of a traveling bag. However, keep in mind, it does shed a little bit. Some of the fluff did come off. Not entirely, it just sheds. Just keep that in mind when you buy this. These are the lip balms. So out of all of these lip balms, I kind of really want to try Snuggles just because, well, he's definitely my favorite character. I added Yawn to him. Let's go out of the box and try this little purple one in Smarty Pants. These are actually quite small. For example, in comparison to my Beauty Crop Peptide Calm Cafe Latte one, this is how big they are. There's only 0.22 fluid ounces in this one, which, I mean, you get quite a number of them, but these are definitely more meant for like a keychain type of lip balm. Oh, even the applicator is like a little shorter nub. You see that? It's purple. There's definitely like a slight maroon hue to my lips. I do have to say though, I don't love the applicator. The slant isn't as steep as I would like it to normally be, because I feel like most of the time when I get like a lip balm of any sort, usually the applicator is steeper so that then you can like apply it from this angle. But for these, they kind of are closer to flat than at an angle, so you kind of have to like put it directly here, and it's not the easiest application. It's just a plastic end that's basically made of the same material as this, so it doesn't feel super comfortable on the lips, but the product itself is really good. I think I have only an issue with the applicator itself. Hydrating, feels nice, and also the hue is hueing. Next, I ended up getting the Peanuts Ulta Beauty Collection Brow Gel. This came in a set with the Freckle pen. I am going to be using the brow gel next. It's a clear brow gel, and the applicator is quite tiny. So from what I'm seeing, it doesn't do a lot. It doesn't have a super strong hold. I do think that if you have more stubborn hairs that have a tendency to curl down like I do, like right here, it won't really lay them down. Well, so I'm not gonna be using that. Actually, you know what? There is a little bit of a tug. There's a little bit of a hold. For the way that I do my eyebrows, this is not doing my normal process justice because it just doesn't hold as well. It definitely looks way more natural though. I think that if you're someone who has like eyebrow hairs in the position that you like it to be, you just want to make sure it has a little bit of a hold, this will be good. And also use the warmth of your finger to sort of set and lay it down, because after I set this down a little bit, it is staying in place, sort of. There's still like kind of the majority of my hair here is staying in place, while over here, after I touch it with my finger and warm it up a little bit and press it into the position I'd like, it's staying. So, and this eyebrow, like, I don't have an issue with. I like where the hairs are. So I do think that if you use your finger after you apply some of the product, it'll definitely help you set it into a position that you like. But just to be sure, I'm also gonna go in with my Got to Be Glued, just so that then I can do my eyebrows the way that I want to. But like I said, I do think that this eyebrow gel will work for the days that you want to go for more natural, because this does have a tendency to flake after a little while. It starts to look flaky, but this one, I do think that since it is really lightweight, if you just use your finger to aid it a little bit, it'll do great, honestly. And just work with it, really. Work with it before it dries and use your finger to adjust where you want the shape to be, because I do think using a spoolie, it doesn't really allow it to like paste onto your face the same way that this one does. So for this one anyway, if you want a similar effect, maybe less strong than the Got to Be Glue, you should use this one for sure. I would just use your finger to shape the eyebrow hairs in the position that you'd like. But yeah. So for this collection, they ended up not doing any face products. They only did a liquid blush and lip products, eyeshadows, and that's kind of it. So for me anyway, I'm gonna go in right now to do my bronzer and my base, and then I'll be back when I am ready to do my liquid blush. Okay guys, so I have bronzed up my face, and I have also put on a foundation, a glowy foundation. We're going to dive right into the liquid blushes. So these come in a little triple set. There's one in So Chic, which is kind of like a mauve pink color. There's one in Beautiful, which is definitely a very bright pink color. And then there's one in Fashionista, which is more of a brownish peach. So I feel like if you're someone who loves like that bronzy sort of look, definitely go for Fashionista. I think with the theme of the eyeshadow palette that I showed earlier, I think I'm gonna go in with Fashionista. Normally the one that I would definitely gravitate towards is Beautiful, but I think I can try this on a different occasion. So I'm just gonna try this Fashionista one. The lid is so cute. There's like a little bow at the top, and it definitely helps make it easier to take off the top by spinning the bow. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply this directly to the face. Wow. So the actual like product and the applicator itself are extremely soft to the touch. I'm gonna do one side first, just in case, you know, it's extremely pigmented. Whoa, that's beautiful. Actually, this is definitely a shade I would normally use. It's a lot less peachy than I thought. It is definitely coming off pink. It's just more of a muted brown pink that merges well with my bronzer. But honestly, that's actually mind-blowing because the product itself is really soft. Let me see if I can actually build this up a little. Just a little, because that's already quite a lot of pigment. Oh yeah, that's definitely buildable. I really like that. I'm gonna put a little on my nose. Wow! Guys, that looks incredible. I really like that. This is going in my regular makeup bag. That is incredible, and also it's like a color I would definitely use all of the time. If that's true, I wonder what this Beautiful looks like. Let's see what that looks like on top. See if we can mix colors, you know? Then by buying the trio, you're definitely like getting your bang for your buck because you even have extra colors. Yeah, that layered on top really nicely. It builds on top of each other. And it's like this brighter pink. Do you guys see that? That's really pretty. Wow. I really like that. Those might actually end up being in my new like updated regular makeup routine. Because those are like extremely pigmented blushes. Like they are blushing. That's incredible. Wow. You guys should, don't walk, run and get these, guys. These are really, really good. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Crop Dewy Bounce Radiant Concealer. I have it in the shade Cookie, which is a bit fitting with the theme of everything. I am not gonna review this one because I have reviewed it before, and if you want to check that out, the link will be in my description box. But I'm just using this because, again, there were no face products in the collection, and I didn't buy any new face products to try because I still have so many, so I don't see a point in buying any new ones if I'm just going to be adding to a collection that I am still trying to get through. On top of the blush, it really does work just fine. Okay, I am going to set my face with some powder, and then I will be right back to continue reviewing more products. Okay, so I have set my whole face, as you can see, and the blush is still looking quite beautiful. Now I'm gonna go in with this Freckle pen. The applicator looks literally like a Crayola marker, and I'm worried that the tip easily gets dry, but I don't know. Okay, let's, oh, they're quite light. Can you even see that? Oh yeah, they're sort of showing up, but they're very gray looking. It's not very consistent, and it again feels quite dry. So I'm wondering if it's dried up a little bit before I received it. You can barely see it. I think if you twist it, it does show up a little bit more, but it is quite light. And also, look, it's already drying on the tip. Maybe I have to store it upside down. I'm gonna leave it upside down like this for a little bit and retry after I do my eyeshadow. It is quite dry, and she wasn't really doing what she was meant to do, which is a bit disappointing. Let's go into the Peanuts collection, the Hungry Again eyeshadow palette. 3 glitters and 3 mattes. I love the mattes because they have his cute little design where he's like, I'm hungry again, which, bruh, mood. And they have his little face embossed in this color, the roly-poly color. So cute. And it's kind of like a mauvey, pinky but also neutral brown sort of combination of colors. So let's figure out what we want to do here. I keep thinking that it's this way, but it's not. He's laying on top of the cookie is what the design is. Also, they had other beauty vaults. I just liked this one the most because I feel like the cookies match my vibe way more, and also this guy is literally my favorite, so I had to. But there were other vaults and the colors are different, the clips are different, the lip gloss is different. I just personally preferred this vault over the other ones. I'm gonna dip into the Cheerful Chomp color. I'm personally going to try to avoid the emblems because I like them. I'm gonna do one eye and then do the other eye off camera after I give you guys my review and also talk you through what I'm gonna do. I'm going to wing out the outer edge of my eye into a wing. Whoa, these are quite pigmented. That is really pigmented. I'm just gonna drag it in to create a sort of wing out of the eyeshadow, which looks literally incredible already. Then I'm also going to take it and sort of create the inner corner liner with this same eyeshadow. And I'm also going to connect that to the bottom lash line as well. And then I'm gonna go into my bottom lash line, and I usually just like to do the outer third corner, but instead of meeting together these two lines here, I'm gonna pull this out like this. I think with a lot of other eyeshadows, when I want to do like a complicated look, the eyeshadow just doesn't pop the way that I want it to, because a lot of the time it's something that you have to build up. And I think like if you're someone who's a bit more of a beginner at makeup, yes, that's a great thing, because then you can just work your way up to what you want it to look like. But as someone who wants it to like oomph and pow in your face with the color that I want, I don't really like that sort of thing where it takes a while for it to build up. It's just not my preference. And then I'm gonna go into Baked Bliss, the cookie emblem, which is really freaking adorable. And I'm gonna go in the center of my lid with this. I'm gonna go in with this fluffy brush. Again, Baked Bliss, and go in the center of the eye. Then going back into Cheerful Chomp from the lash line up towards the top of my eyelid. It's nice because this one is still quite buildable. Then I'm going to use this little flat applicator thing. And I'm going to go into Roly Poly, my favorite little boy, and go towards this. I'm actually going to use my finger actually. Towards the inner portion of the eyelid. I think on my skin tone, the Roly Poly color doesn't really show up too much. The lighter hues in this eyeshadow are definitely not as pigmented as the darker hues. Also just gives me more opportunity to allow my favorite character to not slowly disappear from my palette. From there, I think I'm going to go into Baked Bliss again and sort of go and carve out the crease a little. And I'm also going to go into Cheerful Chomp to do the egg yusel underneath her eye because I just feel like it today. And then from there I'm going to go into the glitters. So I'm thinking that I want to do the Warm and Cozy glitter down here. Quite shiny. Okay. This is going to go in the center towards the top of the eyelid. Padding is definitely better for these. Swiping, they kind of like disappear a little. And then I'm going to go in with the Morphe brush again and emphasize the dark eyeshadows again. I really wish this Roly Poly color, the color that it's my favorite because of the emblem, was actually pigmented, but it's not. So what I'm going to do to tweak this, because I do want to improve it, because the roly-poly color in this palette is not as pigmented as I would like it to be, I'm going to go into the Graffiti Nudes Maybelline New York palette. This one is my really old one. Literally bought it at Marshall's spongy applicator brush, because this normally comes with one, but I lost it. Shade in the corner here. Now I'm going to brighten up the parts that I wanted that roly-poly color to brighten. Yeah, see, that's already way better. This is technically cheating. I just really want this look to work because the dark shadows were really good. The texture of the eyeshadow is really good. It's just they kind of didn't do well with the lighter shade, but the darker shades look incredible. And the glitter works really well as well. It's not the best glitter I've ever used, but it is, you know, workable. You can work with it to get it to look the way that you want it to look, for sure. I just think that, like, the part that disappointed me the most would probably have to be the roly-poly shade, even though it is definitely winning in the cuteness factor. It is not winning in the usage factor. It just didn't show up on my skin. But there's also a possibility that the reason why it didn't show up is because of my skin tone. It just doesn't work well with my skin tone, maybe. Even the Baked Bliss one didn't show up a lot, and that's kind of saying something because that one is more of a neutral brown and it's way darker than the roly-poly color. So I do wish the glitter would show up even just a little bit more than it does. It does take quite a bit of packing to get it to be even close to the shininess that I would like, but that is the final eyeshadow look for this Hungry Again eyeshadow palette. I'm going to do the other side and I'll be right back. Okay guys, this is the final eyeshadow look. I actually really like it. I do really like this palette. I love the colors. I love the emblems so much, but I do have to say that even though the emblems are cute, this color here, the roly-poly one, does not show up on my skin. And obviously I did not try the Nom Nom or the Cookie Crumble colors at all. As of right now, I know for sure that the roly-poly does not show up on my skin, but the darkest shade of the matte colors, so the Cheerful Chomp, is definitely one I'm going to tap into again. It just brings so much more like life to your eyes, and it feels very autumn coated, like the color. I do think that if you have a lighter or darker complexion than I do think that the colors will all show up really well on your skin. Also, it's not super dense and it's not super pigmented like this one is. This one is quite dense and this one kind of falls apart a lot when you tap into it. Formula of this color and this color are quite different, so that's why this one just doesn't really show up. I feel like if you were to like really go in there and pack it on, yeah, maybe it'll work, but when I tried to do that, it didn't really work on my skin tone. That's okay, because I guess the emblem will live a little longer. I'm gonna go in with an eyeliner to just finish up the look a little, because I do think that these colors are nice that are in the palette, but they do kind of like disappear into each other, so they kind of end up blurring into each other when used together. So I just wanted to emphasize the lines a little bit more. So for me anyway, I think that I really like this purchase because I can pair it with other palettes that I already own, but if you're honestly just trying to buy this for the colors themselves, you can find other palettes with the same amount of pigment as the darkest shade that also have light shades that have a similar amount of pigment as the dark shade. Also, the colors are way too close to each other in hue and in shade that they kind of just like disappear into each other after a while, so I had to go in to darken again and stuff like that. I just think that like if you're gonna make pigments with a lot of oomph and a lot of pow to their color, do that with all of the colors in the palette instead of just one or two. I do think that the glitters as well are like okay glitters. I've seen better glitters before, but they work like any regular glitter. Okay, the last thing that I am going to try today is the Peanuts Ulta Beauty Collection Cookie Cravings lip gloss that came in the Beauty Vault. I did not get a lip liner to go with this, a new one, so I'm just gonna go in with my MAC lip liner in Cork to outline my lips. But this balm really stayed on for a really long time. And it still has like that purpley hue, just cute. Ironically, this is also the lip liner that I normally do my freckles with. Yes, I do my freckles with the lip liner. I just feel like the creaminess of a lip liner just goes on way nicer. And also when you spread it or like it fades, it just looks more natural in my opinion. It looks like this. It's kind of a like coffee brown, and it smells kind of like a chocolate chip cookie mixed with a coffee. Apply this on. It's a very thin formula, but it is slightly pigmented on the edges. It mixes well with my lip liner, but as you go towards the center of your mouth, like when it like spreads more, it's definitely more sheer. It doesn't make those weird stringy lines because it's too liquidy, and it feels nice. Let me see. It does transfer color though, for sure. I mean, smells great, looks great. I don't know. I think that like, compared to a lot of other lip glosses I have and own, this one will definitely last less time, I think. But it doesn't create strings, so it's a good texture. It's thin, but it's not liquidy, which is great, and it smells nice, feels nice on the lips, and yeah. I have no real complaints. It kind of just feels like a regular lip gloss. I'm gonna retry this Freckle pen. It did not darken over the time, by the way. I thought maybe for a second that like that was what was gonna happen, but it didn't. And yep, it's just gray, and putting it upside down, yes, does make the pigment come out a little bit more. It feels a lot less dry, but still just not giving. And the end is already just dry. Anyway, I'm gonna go finish up my mascara and the final touches, and I'll be right back to give you my final thoughts. Hey guys, okay, so this is the final look with my new baseball cap as well. It is quite comfortable, and also it does not make my head look ginormous. I know that there's some like baseball caps that I wear that like they just don't feel as comfortable because they make my head look like this. Let's go into my final review of all of the products. Let's start out with packaging. So obviously the packaging of the vanity cases are super cute, really adorable. This one I definitely will probably use more often. The other one will probably just be like a pencil bag, or might just be a touch-up makeup bag. And currently I have all of the Ulta products that were in this collaboration in here. Additionally, the packaging on the inside is really cute, and the packaging for all of the products themselves were really cute. I do think that if you do plan on buying these products, one of the main contenders of why you would is probably because of the packaging. Definitely worth it if you love Snoopy and love peanuts. But is that the only reason why you would buy it? If I'm being honest with you, probably yes. So the first things that I went into were the lip balms with the cute little keychains. Yes, these are really adorable. You can customize them and put whichever one you want on which one. They're quite pigmented, they're very hydrating. The actual applicator of these products are this cheap plastic that the actual container is made out of, and also is almost close to flat, so when you apply it, it's not as comfortable as a regular lip balm. You kind of have to go up like this. It's quite small, so you can't even fit it on your whole lip, so it doesn't do full coverage. And I don't know, I think that these are really cute, and I'll use them, and they're gonna go on my bags and stuff. A good enough lip balm, and it's cute, and it's customizable, and you can stick it on your purse or your bag. If you're like me, who loves Snoopy and loves cute little things, this tiny itty bitty lip balm that only has 0.22 fluid ounces will be perfect for you. Like me. if you buy the whole set, yeah, obviously you're gonna have more lip balm, but simultaneously it's like, instead of buying all of these little lip balms, you could just be buying one full-size lip balm that does the same thing, that has a bigger applicator, that has a more comfortable applicator. I've seen like videos of people like drilling little holes on their lip balms in the corner and sticking a keychain on it. Like, you can do this on your own. But I don't know. I'm gonna use these a lot because I am a big Snoopy fan. They're really cute, and honestly, for these anyway, they're good products. So if you do buy them, it's not a total waste of money because they're good. They're just small, and you could find better. I really like them because they do work really well. Annoy me a little bit in terms of their applicator. Then I tried the Ulta Beauty Brow Gel. This came in a pack with the Freckle pen. I think that at first I thought it didn't work, but once I warmed it up with my finger and started to shape my eyebrows with my finger, it worked well. It is also additionally quite small and doesn't pull out a lot of product on the spoolie because the spoolie is so tiny and the product itself is so thin that you might not even notice that it's on your eyebrow, but it is. And it doesn't really hold unless you use your finger to warm it up, to flatten it in the position that you want. This one, it does work. You can use on those like light makeup days. And if you're someone who doesn't really need a lot for your eyebrows or doesn't hate the curves of your eyebrows like I do, this honestly is really good. Then I went in with the liquid blushes. These are honestly my favorite thing in this whole entire Peanuts X Ulta Beauty collection, because these are so pigmented. They're actually more pigmented than a lot of high brand blushes I've tried, or blushes in general that I've tried. They're extremely pigmented. They build on top of each other. You can mix colors. You can create something entirely different. The applicator is really soft on your face. The color itself is quite thin but very pigmented, so it doesn't feel like there's too much product on your face. And honestly, these are gonna go into my daily bag because I literally have nothing bad to say about them. They are literally the blushaholic's dream. Honestly, I did not expect that. From there, I went in with the Freckle pen that also came in the kit with the gel. And this one, not good. The tip dries out basically immediately. The color is basically gray. I mean, it does show up a little bit, but like you barely see it and it looks gray. So it doesn't look like skin. Like, it doesn't look good. I don't use cool tone contours. I don't use cool tones in general. I generally just use warm tones such as bronzers and etc. like that. So this on top of my makeup just doesn't look good. So honestly, don't waste your money on this. I have nothing positive to say about this. Just go get a Freckle pen that the girlies are using on TikTok Shop, okay? Okay, next up is the A Little Something Sweet 4 Pieces Beauty Vault. First of all, this packaging, my favorite thing in the world. This is literally going on my shelf over here, okay? And also the fact that it has a little comic on the inside. Guys, just for the packaging alone, I would buy this a million times over. So in this beauty vault, it came with 2 little non-crease hairpins. I don't own any of these, but you know, all the makeup guru girlies have one. So I will be using these more from now on. And honestly, it held my hair really well, despite my hair coming out literally everywhere. Like, look at this little straggler here. Like, what is he doing? But these worked really well. They held my hair perfectly, and it has a lot of strength to it because I'm actually like pushing pretty hard to keep these open. I will interchangeably use them with my Miffy clips because, you know, I love my Miffy clips, but those are really cute. And then I tapped into the Peanuts Ulta Beauty Collection Hungry Again eyeshadow palette. This is a mood. Me too. I am hungry again. Love chocolate chip cookies. He's freaking adorable. And the palette on the inside, beautiful. And look, life update Hungry Again. Literally, bro. Also, all of these colors, they're quite like mauve-y, neutral, brown sort of colors. I especially loved the Cheerful Charm color. That's definitely my favorite because the pigment of that one is quite dense. So when you put it on, so compacted, like it looks the same as it does in the palette. Maybe a little bit more maroon. This color is extremely powdery, doesn't come on very compact. The color was non-existent on my face. This color, Baked Bliss, also sort of did the same thing, but still presented more pigment than this one did, but it is definitely a looser powder than this one is. And then in terms of the glitters, I only used this one, which is Warm and Cozy. It worked well, I guess. Honestly, it took a little bit of working with. Honestly, there are a lot of other glitters that do way better. There are a lot of other palettes that do way better. I think it's like a give and take sort of thing, because in a palette you can't really expect all of the colors to be really good. If you do, that is 100% definitely worth it palette. But this one is kind of a give and take sort of thing, where it's like, are you willing to work with it over time? If yes, it's worth it. But can you find another palette with the same colors, same color scheme, but better pigment? Yes, you can. But the only thing you can't find is a palette that looks like this, and has his little face embossed. The last thing that I tried was the Peanuts Ulta Beauty Collection Cookie Cravings Lip Gloss. This also came in the vault. It faded out pretty fast, but it blends my lip liner nicely. In terms of lip glosses, they did a good job of not making it too liquidy so it's stringy, and they also simultaneously made it a nice light texture, so it feels a little bit hydrating as well. Honestly, this is just an okay lip gloss. There's nothing super amazing about it, nothing super meh about it, there's nothing super about it. It's just okay. Okay, now that is all the products that I have tried. The biggest thing about this collection is that it's adorable. As someone who loves peanuts and is willing to spend money on peanuts, yeah, it's perfect for me. Some of the products obviously did not work. There are some products that overachieved. In terms of buying these products, there are a lot of things that you could buy better products or better versions of these products without the same packaging. The main selling point of the items is the packaging. If you're going to buy any of these products, one, buy the liquid blushes 100%. I do think that everything else that I showed you is just honestly out of pure enjoyment. But if you just want the enjoyment of owning something that has Snoopy on it and Snoopy siblings on it, do it. Because I cannot explain to you how much joy this just gave me to film this, to use all of these products, to own these products. I also would not suggest buying this set together. It's not worth it in my opinion. But again, these are all my opinions. You do not have to follow my opinion. Definitely watch other videos, other YouTubers, other TikTokers, other social media people who are reviewing these products and see other genuine responses to these things. And yeah, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, thank you for watching. Good morning, good night, goodbye.